7,000 RPM, 8,000, it climbs fast. Wow, I've never shifted that high. Wow, we are going really fast. So all right, M3 is finally tuned. It is a little dirty because I was detailing the Jeep all day, but as you guys can hear, cold start is tuned out, which I'm sure that's going to be the majority of the comments, but this is going to be first impressions of my BPM Sport tune on my E92 M3. Alright guys, welcome to another video, and in this video, as I probably already said, this is going to be my first impressions of my BPM Sport tune. As you guys already, hopefully you watched the video on the installation of the tune. It was sort of an overview, and the reason why I didn't go into too many details is because the instructions and kind of the information that's readily available from BPM is so good. So this is gonna be my first driving impressions. The first thing I noticed, I did tune out the cold start. It is a little weird, so it's definitely weird at first. It's definitely a first for any car I've ever driven, probably for you guys as well. So that's the number one thing that I'm noticing. The number two thing, first impression wise, is I am in regular mode. There's no lights on the dash, which is a first. I normally had that stupid engine light, but the tune tunes it out. It removes that, and that's because it's taking it into account of stage 2. And stage 2 is the primary catalytic converters being gone because I have test pipe. The car is behaving normally. I've gone around a few turns, and one thing that I also did have done with this tune was the steering. So I tightened up the steering a little bit, and essentially what it does is it makes the regular steering a little bit tighter, and then the M dynamic mode even tighter. So both modes, they're slightly tighter. This regular steering is definitely a little bit more tighter, but it's definitely not too tight for, you know, regular driving, for what I can tell. So I would definitely do that. I'm gonna sort of wait to see kind of how I feel in M dynamic mode. My buddy Adam in his black M4. So he's rolling around as well, and thankfully it's warm enough to know that the car is pretty much, you know, the needle is close to 210, which is what I like to see when I'm gonna try to push it. So of course there's a lot of traffic here. I'm gonna just press the MDM mode button, which is my preset. It's pretty aggressive. Setting 2 on EDC, so it's the harshest suspension that you can press. And the throttle is quicker, more aggressive, more touchy. The steering is going to be even tighter. So I'm sure there's a couple other things in MDM. So far it feels about the same. I mean, I'm not going to really know, I feel like, a power change until I'm really on it. Of course, I choose to go out and do first impressions in a ton of traffic. I'm actually on my way to help a friend move some couches. Maybe it's just me, but you know, like the RPMs. Oh, here we go. Never mind. Forget what I was saying. Here's an M5. That might have been Donald from Okura Engineering. It looked like his blue M5. Traction, that's for sure. That is exactly what I want. I mean, it feels solid. I don't know if, to be honest with you guys, I would say there's a tremendous difference. But it's hard. It's so hard to match, you know, the last time I drove this car. I've got to be honest with you guys. So it's sort of like, it's been so cold, and it's been, you know, there's so many variables here, but it feels solid. It really does. I feel like the power or torque, it was probably the torque, is really what I was feeling. So let's go down to fourth, third at almost 80, 7,000 RPM, 8,000. It climbs fast. Wow, I've never shifted that high. Wow, we are going really fast. So I don't want to pretend like I can tell a difference, but I feel like I can. I know, like I said, I've been driving the Jeep around a lot, so that is going to be a huge variable in my sort of my first impressions. But man, this car makes me want to do bad things even more than I felt before. That is for darn sure. All right, so we're gonna go down to 4th again. The RPM, the power, I mean, it feels like there's more power. It's got to be the torque. So we're at 70. Let's go to 75. Go down to 3rd. Almost at 6,000 and just floor it. I mean, of course, it's smart because there's a ton of traffic. So we're gonna have to slow down here, unfortunately. There's got to be a difference. I'm trying to be skeptical because I remember when I tuned my 335, I hate to compare, but that you're gonna feel the difference. It's gonna be a whole different car. It definitely was, but right now it almost feels more confidence inspiring because the power is sooner. So waiting that long and shifting that high, I definitely shifted at 8,500 RPM when I was getting on the highway, I'll tell you that. And that is an amazing feeling. Holy crap. All right, so I've got to get off here soon. Oh no, actually I can stay on. So first impressions are, I want to say, you know, the engine light and the cold start. The steering feels good. I haven't gone around a lot of turns. I am a little bit nervous. I'm going to be going to the mountains. I'm probably most likely going to have it in the MDM mode, which is the most aggressive steering and suspension and everything. So I'm a little nervous that my arms and forearms are going to be, you know, hurting just from heavier steering, because last year I started to get tired after a few hours of doing that, but I guess that's kind of expected. It's weird, like even when I downshift, it seems like it's easier almost. I don't know if I'm just more confident or excited, or maybe today is a little warmer, so you know the gears are shifting a little more smoothly. But I mean, 4th gear at 60 is not ideal, but I mean it gives you a little jump more than it did before. That is for sure. There's just a lot of traffic. It's hard to dart around these people because I have to get off very soon. Of course, the Columbus. Oh shit! I'm gonna miss my exit. God damn it! All this crap, all these freaking cars here. I mean, I need to get off, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. Be a BMW driver over here. Yeah, well, we have enough room. So you guys will be able to see me be a BMW driver for once, which I normally am not. All right, so we're getting off here. Man, I really do like it. It's manageable. It's more power. It's definitely more power. And with the engine light, see, I was talking to my buddy Jeff the other day. If you have an engine light that's emissions related, or you know, exhaust, because it thought that there was a emissions issue, I mean, to be honest with you, I feel like I was down on power. If any, not only am I getting back to normal power, because I probably was down on power, I have even more power, so it's more significant of a difference. So that is really awesome. I don't want to say that I'm, you know, so blown away and it's like a whole new car, but this is solid. I mean, I would say it's worth the money, especially if you have an engine light, you want to tighten up the steering, you want to change a few other things. I'm going to go into detail about what I picked when I changed my tune, or when I picked the tune rather. So, the steering definitely is heavier around that. Around slower turns, it's definitely very German, I guess is a good way to say it, because normally it's heavier in general for a car in general, but with that tune it's gonna, you know, make it even more. So I think that's gonna do it. I'm about to reach my destination here, guys. Man, I appreciate you guys tuning in. I got the GoPro going, so hopefully you got to see me, you know, obeying the traffic laws and doing everything perfectly fine. But I feel like this thing shifts better. I would have to review exactly the differences in the tune and stuff like that. Thanks again for watching, guys. I do have a promo code for 10% off of a BPM Sport tune. So hit me up if you don't have it, but I will put it on the screen. It's Brandon BM3. You'll get 10% off of the market price, which I think is really good. So yeah, I mean, that's definitely definitely worth checking out at the very least. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.